Alt season, where's it gone? When will it be? Have we missed it altogether? Or are we still building up to that vital moment? Before we go through today's video, I just want to remind everyone that this is very much opinionated from me. No one controls the markets for what we know, but I would never ever say it's different this time. That is one thing that I've learned the hard way many, many years ago. And I am going to go through today with the mindset of it is not different this time. Can I calm some nerves? We will see. So jump in with me. Let's go on a little bit of an alt season market review. Excuse the other bits of noise on this chart. We're not going to go through all of that today, but I have done previous videos on this. But as mentioned from the other week, we had a weekly rising wedge on Bitcoin dominance. So dominance being really high of Bitcoin is still suggesting it's the Bitcoin market, it's the Bitcoin show, and it's not altcoin show just yet. So, but this little breakdown here on the weekly with a bit of a retest and hopefully to come and fall again, every significant drop on dominance, if Bitcoin is holding in and around them 100 grand to $90,000 levels, would actually be very, very good for the alt market going forward. So we need Bitcoin to kind of stabilize. Don't get me wrong, a drop to 90K is not going to be pretty to start with, but if its dominance drops with it, fingers crossed, we start in the money rotation, which I will go through towards the end of this video. But if we just break this down a little bit lower time frame as well, guys, we have a long-term bearish type of pattern there with a short-term but bearish pattern. So let's just go through it. It's the same type of concept, same pattern that we'll be kind of reviewing here. We could also be looking at a little bit wonky head and shoulders, but let's not go through that one today. But just here, guys, we potentially, so this is already a trend that I already had. I'm just repeating it for the visual of the video. But we could also be putting in another rising wedge on the more local time frame. So bigger time frames showing, fingers crossed, a lot of bearishness. Now we've got the shorter time frame showing bearishness. Now, when I say bearishness, I mean on Bitcoin dominance, which is what we want because most of us are all altcoin holders, aren't we? Even if you're holding Bitcoin, we're very, very happy with Bitcoin here, but altcoins need to get a move on. Now, there's one thing I want to go through this one. This is stablecoin dominance. And I think I might have mentioned this in the past, but this is a dominance of stablecoins. And in theory, every drop on stablecoin dominance can mean very often that more money is flowing out of stablecoins, so out of USDT into Bitcoin or the altcoin market. So when that drops and every big drop we get, we do tend to get a pump. Might not be pumping your direct portfolio and the coins that you're holding just yet, but it is true to form. Every significant drop, every big rejection, we normally get a nice rally in the market. Now, one of the guys in my group, someone pulled up today the longer time frame view of this, which is interesting. So I've already got my own workings and I've had this chart for a while now, but I've already identified that breakdown. But if you just look at it from a more simplistic view here, okay, I think he's gone with this one. This is where he's gone with. He's gone with something like this. And what he's also spotted is a rounded top there, or the head, the shoulder, and the shoulder. So that is a head and shoulder pattern. We don't mind flashing that up again, but that is the head and shoulder pattern, which we are expecting to follow what the pattern refers to, which will be a drop. So what we're wanting, guys, is that drop in Bitcoin dominance and that drop in stablecoin dominance, because that very much signals that more money is flowing into altcoins. And that leads me on just to remind people first, I mean, hopefully I can reset some people's nerves in this market. But don't forget the path to alt season. And this is what I mean by it's not different this time. We are really going through phase one, which is Bitcoin season. So I personally myself, I'm not worrying on these markets at all. I've got that bigger picture in mind. I'm a long-term holder of crypto as well, not just a trader. So I have a portfolio, and the fact that we are going through the start of this cycle is actually positive in my opinion and for my own mental well-being. So we're in Bitcoin season right now, and then you normally get your Ethereum season. Now we have skipped a little bit and Solana and XRP. That can happen. But it's without Ethereum, very unlikely we get a cross-board alt season. There's lots of good things coming for Ethereum soon. These additional ETFs. These Donald Trump, who was selling bits of his meme profits and putting it into Ethereum, not back into Solana. And there's a load of other things in the making for Ethereum, including being a part of the USA Reserve alongside Bitcoin, potentially XRP, potentially Cardano, potentially Solana. We don't know. It's all up in air right now. But a lot of the news around this market and around Bitcoin and around Ethereum is looking good. Then we normally get Ethereum on the go. We then get the large caps just pumping in general, anything all the way from your hbars and your XLMs all the way down into your ICPs and maybe your big gaming coins such as Sand and Mana and so forth, and your big AI coins as well. And then we potentially fall into that cross-board alt season where everything is kind of pumping different narratives at different times. We normally can get a couple of alt seasons, like mini alt seasons within one big alt season. It looks like we're trying to head there. Bearishness or potential bearishness on Bitcoin dominance, potential bearishness over there on stablecoin dominance. That hopefully triggers and leads into this, which then should show some good gains in this market. First of all, Bitcoin, this is just the example. It is no secret that Bitcoin is bullish. But I have done a million updates on Bitcoin ever since I've actually been in crypto, which is many years ago. But even in my group, and the links are all in the descriptions, one of that, the visuals, what the gent in the group gave, he is in there. We have a really, really good group of people who are always looking out after one another and always updating on the markets in some ways. And it is always good to have different eyes on the market, because then we can see things in different viewpoints. So we're not all just one track minded. But that being said, guys, we had that really big cup and then the handle, which is the one that I went through the most with people. It was a really, really bad time. You know, a lot of people were freaking out, absolutely. And granted, especially if you FOMO markets and buy everything too high. Big cup, listen to the pattern, big handle, big breakout, very, very unlikely done yet. Now we can correct, we can come back down, we can retest, we can do all sorts. But that is the first significant breakout from Bitcoin from previous all-time highs. I doubt that's the end, but hey, who knows? Like I said, no one controls this market. But there was lots of visuals on this that was positive. Okay, there was your inverse head and shoulders as well, and your cup and your handle and anything else might have been, or how you was looking at the chart. So if we log on, we'll look at Ethereum, sorry, in the similar time frame or the similar viewpoint, it's slacking, of course, but if we're following this, it's supposed to be doing. So that's why I'm kind of rest assured at the moment. Now, not exactly the same, but again, we do have that similar structure. We're just waiting for that break of cross. I mean, I'll do this neater in a second, guys. But these other things that we can be looking at here, there is a big giant, like the biggest, giantest bull pennant you'll see in any market, by the way. That's like a full cycle bull pennant. So that's looking good. Then even with inside there, guys, we may also have a tighter inverse head and shoulders forming. So one thing I did say about Bitcoin over this cycle, guys, is, you know, if it looks bullish and walks bullish and sounds bullish and smells bullish, it's usually bullish, right? Similar thing for Ethereum. I know the patience is being tested in this market. It's supposed to be Ethereum now. It's not supposed to be Solana. It's not supposed to be XRP. Things happen. But that is how Ethereum looks in a nutshell. Personally, if I was coming from outside of crypto, but I've been trading for years and still had that knowledge, if you hid what this was, and then you asked me the question, like, would you sell this now? I'd say no. But that's, again, my opinion. But there's a lot of good looking signs for Ethereum. We just need that trigger. We need something to trigger it. What might it be? We will soon find out, guys. A couple of examples as well of what we could have as triggers. Obviously, good economic data coming out of Europe and the USA. We could have more good news coming from Saudi Arabia and Dubai and the East over crypto and Bitcoin. We got Donald Trump's son talking very, very highly about Bitcoin and crypto just the other day. We could have war de-escalations with Russia and Ukraine. I've already seen on Twitter that Donald Trump has already put a statement out and he's looking to be meeting Putin soon. All these things could be catalysts to really keep this market going. Fingers crossed, it all comes through. It all comes true to form. We're all in the same boat together at the end of the day, people. We're all using our experiences and knowledge and everything else that we have at our arsenal to try and navigate these seas. But hopefully this video has helped you a little bit. Any questions, put them in the comments. If you want to join us on further socials, the links are everywhere on my YouTube page, and I'd love to see you on any platform, including Twitter and Patreon and everywhere else. All the best, people. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next.